Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Black Sea, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and why, in my opinion, I think that Solana could flip Ethereum. I know that sounds crazy, but I want you guys to hear my theory on this. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop in this video. So first things first, guys, we are looking at the top 10, basically, top 8. Solana sitting at a $74.2 billion market cap. Ethereum sitting at a $322.4 billion market cap. I do see a world here, guys, where Solana flips Ethereum. We're going to take a look at some charts, but first things first, Bitcoin is trading at $61,325, up about 6.75% on the day. Quite a move to the upside here. Bitcoin dominance, in my opinion, may have topped out here for the short term until we get a breakout above 72,000 or a break below that support or that lower low. If Bitcoin decides to make a lower low below, say, $50,000, I do think that Bitcoin dominance is looking a little bit topped out, and we're sitting at 56.41%. When you exclude stablecoins, we're basically at 58.41%. Ethereum up 15%. It basically is up about 10% on the day, guys. It did reach $2,700. I do, in my opinion, I'll show you some charts here. I hold a lot of Ethereum. I hold a lot of Solana. I am getting close to making a trade of swapping Ethereum for Solana. And I'm going to show you guys why I'm thinking that. So first things first, if we look at Ethereum right now, we came all the way down. We were at about $3,500. And when we saw Bitcoin make that big plunge to the downside off of basically we saw from the stock market taking a quick dump because everyone thought that the world was over, we saw a 41% drop all the way to the bottom. We almost came below $2,000 on Ethereum, which is crazy. But obviously, we saw a bigger move to the upside, a nice little recovery to where we're at now, which is basically a 28% move from the downside. Absolutely crazy when you see these huge wicks play out. And I'm going to show you guys over on Bitcoin because kind of getting an idea of what potentially could be playing out based on this previous move we saw to the downside. So this is Ethereum. It's tough to watch it bounce so far down and not recover that much compared to, say, Solana when we're looking at the daily here, and we came all the way down, broke below. I got stopped out on a lot of my Solana here. Not say a lot, but a decent amount, right? Let's say a decent amount of my Solana, my spot Solana, I got stopped out here, and it came down to like about 50% from the high. We came all the way down to 110. 117 was my stop loss. I'm still significantly in the profit, still hold a decent amount of spot Solana right now. That being said, I do think that some of the people will say main character energy. I do think that Solana has the main character energy of this cycle, in my opinion, and I think that it's going to shock a lot of people. I think we're going to see a significant move to the upside as long as Bitcoin decides to play nice and make these continuations to the upside, and we see that last big leg up to the upside. So, why am I thinking about swapping my Ethereum for Solana? Well, first things first, I want to say I'm waiting for Ethereum to make a little bit of a move to the upside before I do that. Because we are looking at the Solana ETH chart now, guys. And look at that, breaking all-time highs. And we're starting to see this, it wicked up to the upside. And we're starting to see a little bit of retracement because Ethereum is getting that nice 10% bounce on the day. I want to see Ethereum break above, say, 32, 3,500 in that area before I decide to swap to Solana. Because I do believe that Solana will be breaking $100 billion and $200 billion easily, in my opinion. Not financial advice. I put my money where my mouth is. That's what I believe is going to happen. So once Ethereum kind of makes a larger move to the upside, gets back up above this channel, as long as that does happen here, hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin shortly, and we can kind of figure out if the likelihood of that happening. But if we can get back above this moving average, this yellow line, and get to, say, $3,400 Ethereum, then I'm going to be looking to swap my Ethereum, a significant amount. I always like to hold a couple ETH. Swap that Ethereum for some Solana. But I really am waiting for this chart to become a little bit more favorable until I do that. Because otherwise you're selling ETH at when Solana versus ETH is at all-time highs. It's not really a smart play. You want to obviously get the most Solana that you can for the least amount of Ethereum. It's as simple as that. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin right now? Right now, we're looking at the daily here. We saw this beautiful, beautiful bounce off of the bottom of this broadening wedge. We'll call it that, a broadening wedge. I've been saying in the past couple of videos, you can draw shapes all day and make it seem bullish or bearish, but this was support that got broken through, and we're going to be keeping a close eye on this because I do think that there is a world here where we come like this and make a new lower low on this and potentially break through this level here at about $44,000. That is possible. That is possible. Do I think it's probable right now? I do. I do think it's probable. That being said, it doesn't mean that in the short term we can't make our way to the upside here and touch $74,000. It's possible. It's kind of a ping pong effect, something like this. But I would say when you're hitting support 1, 2, 3, the fourth time is usually the time that you break below. From my experience, the fourth hit is usually too much, and then you usually see that break down to the downside. So we don't want to see that. What we want to see is a breakout to the upside here, break through the 74,000, come back onto it, test it as support, and make new all-time highs. And if that happens, obviously the altcoins are going to go wild, but I do want to emphasize also when that does happen, expect dominance to kind of maybe make its way back above 60% or to 60%. For a short period of time, because it'll probably be the last parabolic move to the upside of this cycle, in my opinion. So we're looking at the daily. It's got mixed signals, but right now the price action is looking pretty good. I want to show you guys from previous cycles something very similar that has played out. Back here, we broke very, very key support. We had this big pandemic dump that scared everybody, and broke very, very key support. You know what happened? V-shaped recovery. And we started going right up into new all-time highs. And I think that there's a world where that happens right here, guys. This is very, it rhymes with the previous market structure that we saw back in 2020, 2019. It is a very similar feel to it, especially it felt Black Swan-y vibes when Japan was dumping, their market was dumping, and you saw the S&P 500, NASDAQ dumping. It felt very similar. I bought a bunch of stocks, but I also got stopped out on my Solana, and that's why I'm leaning into the idea here. I'm prepared to sell some of my Ethereum and swap it to Solana as long as I can not buy the top of the Sol ETH chart. I do think that we'll probably see a little bit of continuation here, but I do expect it to come down. I mean, I don't think that we're going to just go straight to the moon on the Sol ETH chart just yet, but we are breaking highs. Right now we're back at a level here, but we did break out. We wicked out above this setting up, which is a very, very bullish price action when you're talking about a Sol ETH chart. I mean, it's not the same thing as looking at Sol versus USDT or USD, but it's still something that should be noted and paid attention to. So I'm waiting for a little bit of a move to the downside, maybe to the bottom of this channel, see Ethereum break above 3,000, sell my Ethereum, get into Solana. I've been a Solana bull for a very long time. You guys know that. I bought a ton of Solana back at $8. I had a high conviction for it, and we took some profit, not on purpose at $117, but it was part of the strategy. I want more exposure to Solana now, obviously, because we're bouncing. That being said, there's still a world here that we could be spilling over. We're going to be having to keep a very, very close eye on Bitcoin. Over on Twitter, you can follow me at 333BlackSea. I said leverage is a useful tool, but also a dangerous one, and I'm referring to these big wicks that come below support, stop people out, and start moving right back up to the upside and V-shaped recovery. And I said it's a useful tool, but it's also a dangerous one. I mean, look at this chart, guys. We came all the way down, scared everybody, made panic sellers panic sell, and now we're back above $60,000, trading at $62,000. Right now, we're trading at $61,500. Pretty incredible to see. Really curious to see if we see continuation here. If you guys like this type of content, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to do some leverage trading, it's very risky, but a very, very useful tool. Check out that awesome referral links down below in the description box. We have a $5,000 sign-on bonus to Blowfin, $4,100 sign-on bonus to Femex. Take advantage of that free money during this volatile times. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.